You open a tab to learn guitar. 10 minutes later, you're reading about psychology. Then a business idea. Then a documentary about space. Nothing holds you, but everything pulls you. And the strangest part is, you're not distracted when it starts. You're deeply interested. So why does interest keep dissolving the moment it becomes direction? You don't experience boredom the way most people do. You experience saturation. The excitement of beginning is intense, but the moment a path asks for repetition, your mind steps sideways. You've probably noticed patterns. You research obsessively. You imagine future versions of yourself. You almost become them. Then, one morning, the emotional charge disappears. Not replaced by dislike, just silence. And the internal dialogue begins. Maybe this wasn't the right thing. Maybe my real passion is somewhere else. People who succeed feel certain. Over time, this shapes identity. You don't call yourself curious anymore. You call yourself inconsistent. But psychologically, something else is happening. Your brain isn't failing to commit. It's performing a strategy. Humans evolved as cognitive foragers, not specialists. Before modern careers existed, survival depended on scanning the environment for new opportunities, food sources, threats, weather shifts, social alliances. A brain that locked onto one task for months could die. So the mind built a bias. Novelty equals potential reward. You don't have too many interests. You have a reward system tuned to exploration. And in the modern world, exploration has infinite targets. Here's the mechanism. Dopamine is not pleasure, it is prediction. When the brain senses a new possible future self, dopamine spikes. Learning guitar equals new identity. Starting a business equals new identity. But repetition teaches the brain the map. Once the future becomes predictable, dopamine drops, even if the activity is valuable. Your brain interprets that drop as less potential here than elsewhere, so attention moves. Not randomly, optimally for an environment with scarce information. You're running ancient exploration software inside an infinite information world. Think of your mind as a spotlight in a dark forest. Most people keep it on one trail. Yours keeps detecting glimmers everywhere. The cost isn't lack of interest, it's lack of reward after familiarity. And that changes what the solution looks like. So instead of forcing discipline the traditional way, you work with the mechanism. First, separate curiosity from commitment. Create a 48-hour rule. Never commit to an interest during peak excitement. Dopamine exaggerates value during novelty. Waiting lets the reasoning brain evaluate instead of the reward system. Instead of buying equipment on day one, you schedule a second look 2 days later. Half your impulses dissolve naturally. Second, rotate, don't abandon. Keep a fixed rotation of 3 active interests instead of chasing unlimited ones. Attention switching has a cognitive cost, but predictable switching maintains novelty while preserving memory consolidation. Monday writing, Wednesday music, Friday learning. You leave before saturation, but return before forgetting. Your brain feels exploration while your skills accumulate. Fourth, build repetition rewards artificially. Track visible progress units, not outcomes. The brain releases dopamine for progress signals, not just newness. You replace novelty reward with competence reward. Count practice sessions instead of waiting to feel improvement. Fifth, define identity after behavior, not before. Stop asking what you're meant to be and instead label yourself by what you repeatedly did this month. Consistency creates identity, not the reverse. 3 weeks of drawing makes the brain accept I draw far more than deciding to be an artist. All of this fits one model. You are not choosing between paths. You are training the spotlight where to linger. Explorers don't need fewer interests. They need landing zones. Curiosity opens doors. Return visits turn rooms into homes. So the next time excitement fades, don't interpret it as a signal to leave. Interpret it as the moment learning actually begins. The brain stops rewarding possibilities so it can start building reality. Maybe the question was never why you can't stay interested. Maybe it was why you expected interest to feel the same after understanding. Because meaning rarely feels electric. It feels familiar.